Hello and welcome to BTSF for PokéSins Season 1, Episode 54, The Case of the Canine Caper. I'll be honest, when I came to write this one, I completely forgot this episode existed. I could not remember it at all. And overall, it didn't do too badly. But not in a this is a good episode kind of way, but more in a this doesn't do that much that's bad kind of way. Small distinction, but you know, it's sort of the difference between this and, say, Pikachu's Goodbye. Beyond that, I don't really have that much to say about the episode itself, just more a few things it raised in general for this series. Yeah, there's just not much more to it, because I don't remember it at all from when I was younger, so I don't have any nostalgic thoughts on it, and yeah, it was just not bad, I guess. So first thing is, I was so tempted to get like some helium balloons and do this entire BTSF with a helium voice, but helium's a bit difficult to get hold of, so I'll hold that off for something else. But yes, there were two things that came up in this episode that I wanted to talk about. First of all, we'll talk about puppies. It's long been a thing that people disagree about what I say with animals not existing. You're not going to convince me they exist in the Pokemon world. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. Just stop trying. But I thought I'd talk about the difference between puppies and puppies. In this, in the episode, I say that puppies don't exist, but that James's use of the term a puppy does. So the difference is, quite simply, there is the puppy thing, and then there is the puppy description. It's the difference between describing a baby Labrador as a puppy or a Labrador puppy. The Labrador puppy means it is a puppy of a Labrador. It is a baby Labrador. Whereas if you say that Labrador is a puppy, then that is a puppy as a thing. Does that make sense? It makes sense to me. For example, with Ponyta, a baby Ponyta could be a foal, but wouldn't be referred to as a pony. Does that make sense? I hope it does. That's sort of the best way I can explain it. The last thing I wanted to talk about is a follow-up from something that was raised in the comments of episode 53, and it was about my use of cross-dressing as a Minun. When I was scripting this one, I realised that cross-dressing would come up again, so I did a Twitter poll for 24 hours to allow people to vote on whether the cross-dressing Minun was funny, offensive, or they weren't bothered either way. Only about 10% of people found it offensive, compared to about 40% finding it funny, and about 50%, not being bothered either way. So I decided to continue using it. And I will state here, I mean no offence by it. I'm not saying that cross-dressing is wrong. I have absolutely no problem with it. I use it as a joke, because they use it as a joke. In Pokemon, they just decide to cross-dress, and that's the joke, that James is cross-dressing, and sometimes Jessie does as well. So if they can use it as a joke, I can use it as a joke. And you can take it however you want. You can take the Minun however you want. You can take it as, oh, they use it as a joke, so it's just a Minun joke. You can take it as, they shouldn't be using cross-dressing as a joke. Minun for that. Or, they don't need to be cross-dressing at that point. Minun for that. But the one where you can't take it is, it shouldn't be done at all. That is not what the Minun is for. And if you have that opinion, don't share it in my comments section, because it will not be received well. If people want to cross-dress, that is entirely up to them, and you have no right to tell them otherwise. So, are we all clear on how I stand on this issue? That's it. That's my stance on it. Feel free to debate it in the comments, but any hate speech against cross-dressing as a thing that shouldn't be done will not be tolerated. Quite a few antics this time, so enjoy them. Aside from the fact that the last one made me laugh. Aside from that, fuck's sake. Pikachu's to the side of the living. Pikachu's to the side. Pikachu's to the side of him when he's hanging, and yet directly. Pikachu's to the side of him when he's hanging, and yet directly beneath when Ash lands. Oh, sorry, my shoulder clicked during that one. That was a good take. Pikachu's to the side of the... Fuck's sake. Gas masks tank... Gas masks tank... That's really hard to say. Gas masks... Masks. Try saying that, it's a weird word. And that is about everything for this episode. I didn't expect it to be something of a PSA of my opinion on cross-dressing, but, as needs must. Thank you very much for watching. Please consider pledging to my Patreon, linked in the description, for early access and exclusive episodes of PokéSins. And I will catch you later.